Going on, folks? Thanks for tuning in. Doing a short stream tonight, or probably not a short stream, probably a long stream because tomorrow's a holiday. Bunch of guys from the Oregon gonna do a ship show. Gonna type in global on our server that we're doing a ship show. Any ships that show up, we're gonna do a walkthrough. People who watch live, cool. People who watch this on demand, cool. This will be on YouTube after too, probably titled, I don't know, see all ships at Microtech or something like that. Otherwise, pans are falling. Odinson Tech. What's going on, guys?
Not much. Just, having some good times in the verse.
Good times in the verse. I'm gonna do the global chat thing.
But it's in my homies. I still can't find this door falling. I have climbed up as far left as I can.
I'll help you.
You said go left. I went left. There's a big circle building with no doors.
Oh, you're trying to find the commons door?
Yep.
At Babbage.
Just literally any door.
When in
I just don't know
global,
where.
there we go. I'm at a global now for the rest of the night. If you guys could keep half an eye on it, that'd be great.
I've got global up.
People are gonna
Same.
bitch and moan, "Oh, stupid ship show, you suck." But like, if anybody shows up, whatever.
You know what I should have brought in the Hammerhead? A car.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I have a gray cat, I think.
The Hammerhead's
guess
good
you-
for that. People think of it as a gunship, but like once it gets past, like it's actually the closest thing we have in this game right now to the Rocinante from the Expanse. It's a Corvette. It's covered in like turrets on the outside. They had point defense, but whatever. Put a vehicle or some
Right.
cargo in that bay, you could live on that thing.
Yeah.
And it has cargo space. Not
Yeah.
a lot, but it has some.
Yeah, not a lot, but it's
No, I mean, and if you
it's
can
meant for
put-
military cargo and supplies, not for carrying cargo.
Yeah, I mean, you got enough room in there for, little gray cat or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. You could put a rock on there.
Yes, rock mining
Or
in your
cyclone.
hammerhead. That
You
sounds
could do
like the
rock
best
mining in
idea
a
ever.
hammerhead. Hells yeah. That'd be
Hold the
awesome.
phone.
the,
Is it right here?
What are you trying to find?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's right here, dog.
By the Destroy Sentinel? Probably.
This guy told me to go left. I went the entire wrong way for like 15 minutes. And there's doors
no.
right here.
No,
Right
no, he
here,
meant
there's
your-
doors.
He meant your
My other
military
left, my right left.
Yeah, he meant your military left.
Yeah. My
I
right,
said your
left, right.
when you were down on the side, so you can go up the hill.
I was looking. So the funny thing is, you say on my left, but I was actually looking towards the circle building. So when I went left, I went way wrong.
Rip.
Someone's mic is popping a lot.
Testing?
I can't tell whose it is.
I just saw something light up. Let me check. Panzer's now sitting on his mic.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he pulled it down so he could talk to somebody instead of muting himself.
Panzer.
It's funny to hear him muffled though. He muted himself. Now
Yeah.
he's being professional.
He knows we're streaming.
All we have
We'll
to do is
figure it
talk
out.
trash. And then he'll remember how to be a human being.
Yeah. All right, I'm on my way to Microtech. I'll be there in a few minutes.
Check one.
Cool.
Yep, we
I'm gonna
gotcha.
be check 2, check 9,
Okay.
48.
Check 42.
Oh, the ground vehicle thing terminal is actually at the Commons access.
Yeah, there's one in the commons access and there's one at the spaceport.
Guys,
Huh.
I'm getting a lot of background noise from somebody. Someone's speakers are picking this up. Just double check your setup, please.
I'm only headphones.
I want headphones.
I'm on headphones.
Weird.
I'll say this: the fact that I'm on headphones means that my speakers, even if they were plugged in, could not work.
I
I
actually don't even physically have speakers on my system.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I do, but they're not plugged in.
when I first started kind of growing on Instagram, I read comments and stuff, and then started ignoring them. And now that I'm starting out on YouTube, I was like, oh, I'll check and see what comments I got today. And I just cannot handle like some of the kind of people out there. Some guy, you know what? Let's call him out because I'm gonna post this. Some guy called Red Dwarf just commented on the MSR, the reunion video. I love Star Citizen, but I can't handle their woke shit. What he means by woke is that the characters in the thing are women.
Mhm.
Having women in your video is apparently woke.
Yeah, because they didn't even show anything wokeness, just being friends.
It's just two chicks. It's just two chicks on an adventure, man. Like
Yeah, having a good time.
Ripley from Alien is shaking her head right now in her grave. Jesus Christ. Red Dwarf, do better, buddy.
Where's the door to the garage? I'm in the garage. I got the vehicle up, but I can't open the actual front door.
Oh, it's tough. You gotta go to your MFD and hit the hail button. It doesn't work with the hotkey. I don't know why, but hit it on the MFD, it'll open.
Yeah, you gotta go through your comms panel.
Yeah. Couple guys tuning in. Thanks, folks.
All right, I'm gonna see with the comms panel. Oh, the gray cat doesn't have one.
It does.
Yes, it does.
It should. You should have one
there it is.
panel you could change over. Yeah, on the menu tab.
Yeah, use the menu.
Yeah. I love throwing
Yas,
things at people.
queen.
No,
right. Gray cat is now active and drivable.
Which one are you in?
On the Gray cat STV.
STV. Good. I like the STV. I have an account bound one actually from like a referral bonus thing. So I bought a little black paint for it. I keep it in the Corsair. Quite happy with it.
Fair warning
This
with
is
this thing, it's a bit slippery.
Everything
so it's
is.
going to take me a minute because I'm going to call in like Cutlass, but I'm also going to call in the Reclaimer. But I got to actually claim the Reclaimer.
Yeah, fair.
So that's what, 40 minutes.
I'll expedite it.
Attack
So
rocket
that
have-
drops to 15.
I have millions.
Yeah, I got to repark.
So you can drift the STV, I guess no.
You can drift anything as long as you're brave.
We're like on.
Is there any
ice, bro.
specific area you want us to park up at, or just right here next to the commons area?
Dude, that's rough. I'm
Just pick a
subscribed
spot
to
in
your
the lake.
channel and I still get ads.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah,
I wonder if you have it set for everybody.
It doesn't. Boulder, you have to set up the subscriber bennies, don't you?
I don't know the answer. Maybe I can. I'll have to play with it. I'm not
You
really.
got to go to your settings on your channel,
Oh.
and
M2 is taken off.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying I didn't expect it.
I'll figure
Normally,
it
it's
out.
off by default.
I'm landing right behind you.
I mean, they might have changed it. It used to be off by default.
Oh no, there was already remember Panzer was already M2 landed here.
No, I'm landing now.
Twitch creator dashboard.
Well, you don't have to worry about it now, man.
Yeah,
It's
this
no big deal.
is little. What?
Figure it out later.
I'll give you 0.3 cents. I don't mind. Not missing any
Wow,
content. I'm literally
whole
talking
point
to you
three.
right now.
That's fair. But I should figure it out. I should figure out how to do that.
It is on your channel, your creator dashboard,
Hmm.
under revenue, I believe. It's been a while since I navigated all that stuff.
Yeah.
But one, Twitch makes you run ads. Two, like I said, it used to be default off for subs, but they might have changed it.
Okay.
Zappa 3
It's been a while for me.
So there are a lot of options in the back end that I just am not well versed in.
Yeah.
That I'll figure out at some point.
No, yeah, no doubt.
When I originally streamed Twitch, I was not affiliate. I was doing it from console. There was no way to set up a camera. I was streaming Elite Dangerous, and if anybody wanted to watch, they could watch. That was it.
Yeah.
So now that I'm actually putting some effort into it for a little bit to see how it works out, I'll figure that stuff out. There's also like custom rewards and
Yeah.
all that stuff too.
I mean, as long as I get into the settings, I can find what I need to find. So if there's like one of these days where you're like, hey, I can't find this stuff, and I see that Odin's on, you can hit me up.
Oh, you
I can
guys
take
are
you
over
through it.
by the comments.
Yeah, is that where you
yeah,
wanted
there.
us, or you want us out by more in the middle and by the bridge?
Fine with either. Doesn't really matter. It's all armistice. I usually
No,
go.
I'm just-
I usually go to the other side, but it
just-
doesn't really matter.
I just parked here to pull out a couple vehicles. So.
I think the proximity to the vehicle bay
You
will
can
be
also pull the
nice.
vehicles up at the other end, though, right? There's the garage at the main city.
There's one at each end.
Yeah.
There's one over here too.
Yeah.
At least here we can't be traumatized by ballistic hammerheads.
No, all they can do
No
is
kidding.
kamikaze.
Ballistic hammerheads were no joke, dude.
I'm gonna move us more into the middle once you guys are done, simply because if a lot of ships are coming in for a landing for selling stuff, it's gonna get real laggy real quick.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'll get the STV loaded into the hammerhead then.
Sure.
You know what? If we're gonna do that, I'll just fly over to the other other spot. And do
Yeah,
a quick
that's what I
run
was
there.
thinking. Good idea.
And I gotta climb all the way back up in my M2 and all the way back up to the cockpit.
Actually, only 10 minutes for the reclaimer.
It's about how long it takes to get into an M2, also.
The ground all around me is completely bugging out, so I'm having a. If I was streaming right now, I'd have an epilepsy warning. This is bad.
Do you want the capitiller as well?
It cannot be nearly as bad as when it was bugging out on Odin earlier.
Yeah,
Over
that's
at-
Oh,
pretty bad.
Well, with Owen, there wasn't even a ground to
Yeah, there wasn't a ground to bug out. It was just buildings
I was
floating
just
in
hovering,
midair.
watching NPCs drop.
NPCs raining from the sky.
Talking
It
about
was
raining blood, am I
glorious.
right?
It was glorious.
Balder, do you want a caterpillar there too?
Bring whatever you want. I brought a redeemer. Just bring other stuff, and I'll do little tours of the ships for the stream.
Yeah, I'll
See,
get the
Odin,
caterpillar here then.
See, Odin, you discovered us from a YouTube video. I ran
YouTube's
into
and stuff.
Boulder at a ship meet.
That
What's funny is I'm not
horribly
even
wrong.
friends with Boulder.
We'll
It
figure
was
that
all
out while
because
you're
of
over
that
here.
890 that was ramming everybody on the ground. It didn't go bad.
I sent you a request and party invite, Boulder. I just realized that we weren't even linked.
I will grab it in a moment.
That way, you'll be able to actually get into our ships and chill them.
Absolutely.
All right, Hammerhead's getting ready to take off.
So what I can get a Centurion, a Ballista, and a Nova on here, right?
Should be able to.
Probably.
145, 516, and 820.
Yeah, earlier Boulder, we managed to get we were all going to rappel because Owen's thing had bugged out, and so I was still in the Hammerhead, Panzer was in a C2, and Owen was in a Caterpillar. We managed to land all three in rappel.
Wow.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend like it was easy, but we got it done.
Stupid cacti.
The cacti can somehow hold up an entire Hammerhead.
That was the toughest cactus ever. Literally one tiny little cactus holding up a hammerhead.
All right, I want to try to get an eye on where you guys went.
I'm over at the main garage at the spaceport.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my other stuff to come in.
But it... Boulder, you're wanting it at the...
I parked and landed.
Well, you're wanting us to start setting up about, what, halfway
Yeah.
across the bridge?
Roughly, yeah.
Well, my days are about to start getting a lot earlier.
Yeah.
Got cleared by the
Sucks.
VA doctors to go back to the gym.
Nice.
Nice. Congrats, man.
Yeah, I know, right? About
Back
time.
to-
Zalpha
back to pain and
323
suffering.
continues its
I actually really like the feeling.
I know. I used to, and then I had a few really serious injuries that kind of jacked me up.
I had my knee blown in half. The last explosion that I was a part of blew a chunk of the wall into my right knee. Tore my ACL, LCL, and MCL.
Nice.
And I ended up having to get cadaver ligaments because the MCL and LCL were completely torn in half and necrotic by the time I got to roll 3.
Right.
The ACL repair was fun, and then they found out that my patella was actually shattered, and this was nearly a year later. So it was dying, and my patellar tendon was dead. So they had to debride my patellar tendon and replace my patella with a titanium little cap. I've had 7 surgeries. It's been fun.
I'll have to get shoulder surgery for the gym eventually. I'm pushing through it, but it's getting pretty rough.
Rotator cuff issue, or
Probably. No one knows what it is. That's what it feels like, though. Starting to create imbalances.
Are you getting Rice Krispies, or is it you're not being able to keep in socket as much?
No, it's purely pain. It's purely pain and weakness in one of the arms. It's starting to create imbalances. One side's not growing the same, and yeah.
Could it be tendon then?
Could be. I don't know. No one can tell me.
So I know
have you had any scans done on it?
I've had everything done on it.
They still can't tell. That's weird.
Yeah.
Normally they could determine that pretty quick if it was just a tendon misalignment or.
Oh, it started years ago, and I just kind of let it go.
Is this you down here and next to the train tracks?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the Redeemer.
All right, part behind the Redeemer.
All right, folks.
And the Great Cut.
We're waiting for a few other ships to get here, but if you guys are tuning in, and this is going to be on YouTube after and such, so we're going to start the process of, well, actually, I probably want to put this on to YouTube in its entirety because we were just talking about nonsense. Maybe I will. We'll see. maybe that's my brand. But we're going to start with the Redeemer. This is people watching the stream and live, and honestly, just people love talking about ships in this party too. So, Redeemer's a gunship. It's an instrument of war. It doesn't do much else. If you really wanted to have one as your only ship and live on it, you could. You can keep a cargo box in the back full of loot. You could, I guess, you could do some kind of exploration, ground missions, space combat for sure. You could make do. You could make it a Super Pisces if you wanted to, but in reality, it is a warship. It is designed for a crew of 4. It is not very effective with one person. Again, you can do it. You can have 2 size 4s, 2 size 3s. It's more firepower than a Cutlass solo. But crewed, a Cutlass outguns you if you're solo. So think about that. Pilot seat, you got 2 gunner seats. One controls the chin-mounted gun at the front. One controls the rear turret, which is sort of like a rear cover, shoot down torpedoes or defend the back door into the turret from these screens here. People always lose this, but this is how you enter the lower turret. Hovering over this screen, you do not interact with this panel on the floor here. And the other turret is back here with this screen here. So upper and lower are dual size 5s. Pretty powerful. You got some drop seats here for Marines, armory here on the wall. You can drop your troops in as well. Most of the modules are up here as well. Grav Gen, Life Support, etc. So ladder here. I usually just back down it because it's faster. One of the few ships with an actual working fridge. Many ships will have these in the future, but this one actually has a working fridge. It's an absolute mess right now. But every time you claim the ship, it restocks it. I'm hoping in the future they put something in the realm repair that allows you to restock your fridge from there as well. That would involve persistence working properly, so I guess it'll take some time. It's also got water and food processors and stuff whenever those work. But you can live on this thing quite well. It's got wardrobe and local storage for 4, especially in 323 with local inventory going away. That's going to be a big deal. The ship has that. 4 bunks, which doubles escape pods. Again, escape pods don't function in the game yet, but you're slipping your bunk, ship comes under fire, they can eject you outside. Off you go. I believe this is the storage, which I don't even know what these storages are for. Oh, sorry, this is the bathroom. It's the Vanguard that has the storage there. My bad.
Yeah.
And box storage here. You can stack 2 1SCU boxes. That's the Redeemer. Very straightforward. A lot of firepower. The plus to this one is its shields and armor. In my opinion, for a ship this size, it has the same shields as the Hammerhead or Carrack, and almost the same armor. The thing is just absolutely devastating at a close range fight.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we're ferrying around. Who's this in the STV?
That's me. You haven't joined the party yet.
I did join the party. I accepted the party.
Mm,
I think you accepted it late.
I think you might have accepted my friend request.
Please send me another party invite. Is this
You're
my ride to the
inviting?
other ships?
Yeah.
All right. Look at that. Look at the
Room for-
service.
Room for one more.
Hey, Boulder, you finally joined the party.
I thought I was in it. I thought I was in the party. Wasn't paying attention.
See, that's what you get for
Can I
thinking.
surf
Alright.
it?
Where do we go?
No,
Do
you
we go from
cannot
smallest to
surf
biggest?
it. Well, let's go to the
No.
Cutlass. Some guys might not have seen one.
All right. Let's see if we run over all of them at the same time. Just right off the windshield.
Like water.
It would be even better if it was
And there we go.
freaking daylight.
Nah, I think nighttime makes it better.
This is the Cutlass Black. Anybody who has played Star Citizen probably knows the Cutlass Black, but some guys
Take me to
watching
the other ships.
might not play the game yet. Cutlass Black is a medium. It's a small medium. I would consider the Andromeda a large medium. It's a multi-role. It is probably the community favorite small medium. It's the first ship most players recommend you upgrade to after a starter ship. We have more in that weight class now, so you could have the Cutlass, the Freelancer, the Spirit, and eventually the what's the new one coming out? RSI.
Zeus.
Zeus, thank you. So those would be 4 in the same weight class that you would be able to choose between. This one is maneuverable, has cargo, easy side doors for great entry and egress, lots of cargo space for its size or for a vehicle, side doors for loading, or if you're into piracy, they're really great for loading in and out in EVA. Also salvage.
Don't be into piracy.
I mean, people can pirate. It gives you something to shoot at.
Exactly.
You got a turret seat here. It's got
Gives us something to shoot at too.
dual size 3 on top, which is pretty good. It is classified as like a multi-role / medium fighter, so it is very maneuverable and has a lot of firepower for its class and size. 2 bunks, a little bit of an armory, shared storage, again very useful in the near future, and you got a co-pilot seat and a pilot seat. So because I talk about like immersion and stuff in the game a lot, this is worth pointing out. So it has 2 bunks. It's a 2-person ship, but it has a turret and 2 seats. In my mind, it's because you wouldn't always sit in a turret if you were kind of immersing yourself in this world. You wouldn't just sit on the turret the whole play session. You would do other stuff on the ship. So you might be the co-pilot on this ship, handling comms, handling scanning, handling whatever you need to as the co-pilot. And if you come under fire, you would get out of the seat, you'd go get in the turret, and you'd go up. So if you're playing with friends, you have 3 seats. You have a guy who can man this seat, you have a pilot, and you have a gunner. But immersion-wise, it's always struck me as a 2-person ship. You just wouldn't sit in a turret the whole damn time.
Don't forget the jump sheets in the back too.
Jump seats in the back. Yeah, one of the few ships that has these. I think the Corsair should have them. I hope that they add it in the future because it is a Cutlass. Sorry, it is a Drake ship. The Cutter Rambler has one of these. The Cutlass Black has it. I think the Corsair should get a couple. It should be a Drake thing. These seats are phenomenally useful as almost like a little dropship. It's room to pick up more people to accent your crew for a job. Like, hey, this is my ship. I live on this Cutlass. I own it. My buddy also lives on it with me. He's my co-pilot, my friend. We're going to do a job. We're going to do a heist or a raid or something like that. There's room for 6 of you to sit in the back. I would love it if the Corsair would get a couple of these. That's the Cutlass Black. Nice big VTOL thrusters. I like the Cutlass. It's got some really nice paints for it too.
It's fat. It's reasonably fast. It's reasonably maneuverable. It's got decent firepower. You can run a little bit of cargo with it. I mean, it's just a good.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Exactly. It's a good all-around ship, but it doesn't really specialize in any one thing.
I should say, because we're
It's
talking
clear,
it
so I
out,
don't push you away.
if you
Will it
lose,
fit in Ursa?
if you lose an engine in the Cutlass, you are 80% fucked, and it's Drake,
VTOL.
so it loses engines easily. You can limp your way around, but you're not going to do much. All right,
You're not going to fight anymore. You may survive, though.
here's the
You
Carrack.
can, like,
Now, I've
you
done
can land.
walkthroughs of the Carrack before, but it's here, so we're going to do it. It's probably Tax Carrack. Carrack Expedition Tack? Yeah. So, the Carrack is one of those ships that I love, but it needs a lot of work. It's an older model ship. This is not a cargo bay up front. This is a vehicle bay. It's designed for that ship right there, the Ursa Rover. It's a great little ground vehicle. If you've watched my streams before, you've seen my little black Ursa that I drive around in. Got a ramp here so that has a backstop for backing or driving the Ursa in. Very convenient front bay. Not much to say about that. Docking collar. Doesn't dock with anything yet, but there it is. Suit lockers. More suit lockers. It has more at the back as well. Elevator to the upper decks. We'll go there in a second. Carrick has cargo bays. Now these are big, spacious cargo bays. The doors at the end there don't open yet as part of modularity in the future. So eventually this will lower and the doors will open for loading stuff on and off, but they have to bring modularity online for us to allow for that. The understanding is that there will be modules that you can buy, either pledged or in-game, to replace the cargo bay. So you could have like cargo bay med room, or cargo bay vehicle bay. We don't know what they are yet, but I look forward to seeing what they release. So you got 3 of these modular bays, and then you come to the armory. It's not the most convenient to get to right now. We'll talk about that in a second. You got 2 of these on each side, or 1 of these on each side, 2 in the back. Weapons lockers. Plenty of room for the whole crew. More suit lockers. In the future of this game, when this is all working, I could imagine in the front docking area keeping exploration suits or salvage suits or EVA suits, and in the back in the armory keeping heavy armor. In my opinion, they need to either move the armory somewhere else in the ship, or this back elevator goes to the top floor and down to this floor. There is an empty space right here that looks like it's going to take this to the ground. That would make the most sense to me, that there's an elevator exit to leave from the armory or enter at the armory, because the front bay is slow. That's my hope. You go past it. Physical aft turret is back here. This goes down and out the back of the ship. Dual size force. To the next floor. Habitation deck. Again, something that's kind of... I think that there should be an entrance to the medical bay on this side. We'll see what happens in the future with the rework. This ship's going to get massively reworked. It definitely will. It's got a full medical facility here. It's got a tier 2 bed that can respawn. More waiting beds here for triaging patients in the future. Fully stocked medical room. Eventually those fridges will open. Fully stocked storage room. Same story. Very convenient ship for crew gameplay. A bit much of a ship right now with 1 star system, because she's so big and slow that taking her down to land in a bunker and take off again 5 minutes later is kind of painful. But as we have more big missions in the future, like the distribution centers, data missions, community events, I could see it being necessary. Galley, none of this works yet. Fridges don't work yet, screens don't work yet, food, water, but this is going to be one of the better galleys in the game in my opinion. It's really well stocked. It's just the right size. Crew area. I'm not going to go through this whole back room, but basically there's crew recreation, and then through that door back there, there's bunks for your crew.
Even chessboard.
No. Captain's quarters there. Separate bunk for the captain with a desk. Don't need to show you guys that. I've done it before. Bridge. And then the last things to point out about this ship, it's got an upper bridge, like a tactical bridge. I think they call it the technical bridge. Where the turret controls are, and you could have scanning crew, you could have comms crew, whatever you want to have on there. But it is designed for quite a large crew. It's not really optimal with 1 person. It's got the jump gate scanner right here. And then more stuff that doesn't work yet. Escape pods, 6 of them. Tells you how big the crew's supposed to be. Workshop, somewhere to work on weapons. I'm hoping in the future that it's one of the few ships that has it. You take a damaged thing, you put it in, you hit repair. It makes the ship very, very valuable in fleet operations or ground operations. Drone room for exploration drones. We are hoping modular drones. So being able to choose, I want 4 exploration drones and 4 salvage drones or something along those lines. Vehicle bay. TAC has a Pisces in here. It's basically the only thing
Fine,
that
go
fits
pick 'em up.
properly. You can fit other stuff in there, but it's meant for the Pisces.
Thank you, sir.
So you can open that up. Crew can open it up for you. All the way back here. Further back. Turret. Engineering. Huge engineering room. That's going to be a big deal in the future. And engineering console up here as well. There's more little nuances to the ship, but that's the basics of the Ambo Carrack. Looks like we got an ad break coming up in about 20 seconds. Keep looking at ships after that. What else do we have here?
I brought my Star Runner. There's a Hammerhead.
Oh, nice.
Well, I was working on getting my M2 over there, but I have discovered you cannot fit as much in there as I wanted to.
And then once done with the Star Runner, I'll run and grab the Reclaimer. Since it's here already. I've never been in a Carrack before. This is my first time.
Really?
We were saving up to buy a Carrack, me and my friends, when I met you guys.
Both TAC and I own the Carrack, so we have them for the
Like pledge
Yeah.
loan?
Yeah.
Nice. That's pretty penny, man.
It's over time.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But okay. So the bridge is there's 2 decks
Habitation
above where the
deck is
bridge
the
is,
main
all
one.
right.
Respawn me all the way back at Area 18.
Why'd you die?
Apparently, trying to get a ballista and a Centurion side by side in a M2, it does not work as well as we thought it would.
Oh, spontaneous detonation.
Yep. Boom. And then you throw a Nova into the nose just for good luck, and
I thought I heard something. No, I'm kidding.
that was me. I just blew up.
I thought that was just the beans I had for dinner.
Taco Bell. You too can suffer through toxic hell.
All right, we're back from ads. We're just going to take a second here. I'm just double checking something on my other screen because we're going to look at a video together momentarily here. And then we will move on to the next ship.
Oh my god, I'm so lost. Quick, watch the VOD so I can find my way out of the Carrack.
Maybe
You're not going to do an
the,
890, are you?
I grabbed the 890, but that's currently over at somewhere else.
Was that like 22 minutes?
40, I think.
Yee.
Yeah. There's a reason I don't bring the 890 jump around much. Plus, I had to get into it, which since I'm pretty sure it's at Everest, you can't do that because the docking bay thing's broken. So I had to EVA there. It's another 5 minutes.
If I menu exit, does it put me in Babbage?
Yes,
yeah.
I think.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
So I can go grab the Reclaimer because it's gonna take a minute.
Ooh, at least we'll have some good lighting.
Oh, you mean when I turn daytime on?
One just kicked in there. Trying to get to the car. Ah.
Nighttime, daytime.
Any of that.
I
was
kind of
coming.
wish the STV had a little horn. All right, let's do the Starner first.
Yeah, let's do it. Mercury Star Runner.
My baby.
I do like the Star Runner.
It's a solid ship, even if it doesn't have its main role in yet.
I am in Area 18, boys.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't have its main purpose in the game yet.
Are you kidding me?
All right. So, MSR, it's a data runner, blockade runner. It's sort of designed for that purpose mainly, but it also serves as a really good multi-role ship. Has some cargo, has some speed, room for a vehicle, room for a crew, shielded cargo in the future like a smuggler's hold. It has a lot of possibility for things that you can do with this ship. Odinson, what do you primarily use yours for?
A couple of my buddies will come up with me and we'll do actually a lot of bounties with it to where we can soft kill and take their cargo.
Okay. So NPC bounties primarily?
Yep, NPC bounties. I'm not going to take that against a player. While the maneuverability is nice, the firepower is not there.
I think it depends on the player and what they're in for sure.
We've taken it on a couple of them, but they've had like medium or heavy fighters that can basically just outmaneuver my gunners. That's the main problem. Also, my friends aren't that good at this game, so that's why I made new friends. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
No, they just don't play as much. But the other thing I like to do with it is just like, well, I used to anyway, small cargo runs. I'd go to like the little stations that sell like gold and whatnot, because it holds 114. You can make a little bit of money doing runs.
Oh, visual glitch there.
Oh yeah, that's
Engineering
fun.
stuff through there, cargo through here, little hidden panel here opens your smuggler's hold. You can't really get anything into it. They're going to have to redo this ship because the hole's not big enough to get boxes through now that cargo's physicalized. So they're going to have to figure that one out.
You can get one CUs through there, but you have to do it backwards.
Yeah,
So you can't push it in, you have to pull it in.
they're going to have to do something. But this is an area that in the future they will not be able to scan, which is kind of cool. Meant for being a smuggler's hold. If this doesn't scream Millennium Falcon to you, I don't know what does.
That's why I bought it.
Go through your
I didn't even care what it's capable
hallways
of.
here. I don't
Second
even
I
know
saw it, I was like,
why
look,
there's.
it even has a little dish on top.
I don't even know why there's so many hallways. Like, there's nothing down here. I guess unless you're like putting smuggled stuff that doesn't clip to a grid.
It's to get to different areas. If you look up, you can go to habitation, you can go to recreation.
Yeah, it's sort of,
It's just a map around the bottom of the ship, so you can have an exfil.
Yeah, I think the only issue there in the lore of the game is like everybody knows how to navigate an MSR, so it's not a secret. So
I don't think it's so PvP, but like if
NPCs.
I feel like NPCs. Like if you're trying to get away, like they board your ship because they know you have something, you can sneak away.
Hey,
Yeah.
Boulder, we got a couple more people showing up from Global.
Nice. So here we have the data banks. This does not exist in the game yet, but it's going to be very, very cool when it does. The purpose of this one is to smuggle data. You have scanning for gathering that data in here. Massive misuse of this room, size of this room. But that's sort of the secondary. The main purpose eventually, secondary purpose of this ship. You got turrets. I love the aesthetic of the seats. And bridge. You're going through this door, you've got habitation and recreation. Ship of this size does not usually have this level of stuff. This is like Carrack level amenities. So one of the trade-offs here, Carrack has a room for the captain, because it's a military ship, and then bunks for the crew. This one just has a bunk room. But because of that, if you're flying it alone, it just kind of feels like you've got really big quarters. So it's kind of cool. Physical shelves, once we can actually put things on those, that'd be kind of cool.
There's actually already some on the left, like put in by the game.
Yeah, for sure. I actually like when we can actually clip stuff to shelves.
Oh yeah, put the actual flare in. But I'm saying it's pretty cool. There's some stuff up there already.
Got the galley. We've got the kind of hangout area. There's a secret on that chessboard. Is it the what is it, the White Queen?
No, you just have to.
No.
target
White
it.
Queen. White Queen. It's White Queen to move.
That's the king.
That's the Queen. Queen's taller, right?
No. King's taller.
I just took the king. Then I thought the Queen was taller in this chessboard.
Queen should be on the left side, right?
Queen's on the left.
I took the Queen then.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Queen is oddly taller.
Queen's taller. So that opens up this smuggler's hatch, which is kind of cool.
King should be taller.
It's all good. Not a big deal.
Nope, that's a big deal.
In my chessboard at home that I'm looking at right now, the Queen is taller. Like the real life
Really?
wooden chessboard.
My chess. No, I'm looking at my chessboard, and my king's taller.
I was
At
about to
least
say, I
with the
just
little, with the little
yeah, with
cross
the little
on top
with
of
the
him.
cross on top. Yeah.
Could just
When
be could just
I
be a
just
board
bought my
dependent.
kid I just bought my kid a chessboard. I'm looking at it right now. King is taller.
Yeah, but the queen's wider, but the king is taller.
Bro, don't,
Bridge.
she's thick.
No,
She's a thick
no.
Okay.
It's a more solid piece than the king is.
All right, moving on. We got the
I'm
bridge.
not making a fat joke.
We've got the secondary armory for the bridge crew if they're being boarded. You get a bunch of the modules stored in this hallway here, which is why it's such a long hallway. And that's the MSR. It takes an arm and a leg to get out of the ship.
Man, I claimed my MSR. All my guns are off of it. I had those gun racks full.
Rip.
It's all good.
All right, where to next? Do you want to hit up the constellation that just landed, or go to the Emerald?
Let me get in the ship. Can't get in the car right now. It's being very laggy. Either or is fine.
Let's do the constellation down.
What variant?
I don't think the guy in the constellation might listen.
We could ask in global. Somebody wants
Do
to.
what?
Somebody wants to ask the guy if we can take a walk through of his constellation.
Now let's see who owns this thing.
If our friend who's visiting with the constellation is watching the stream, can you open it up so we can take a walk through?
If it's Throttle Junkie, I just told him you're streaming it, and then I just asked him if he brought the Connie.
I'm able to do a little walk.
I can't get a name on the scan.
We'll give him a second. It's okay. We've only got a few viewers right now anyway. It's not the end of the world if we just wait for a minute. Otherwise we'll just go to the Hammerhead if he doesn't respond and call it a minute or two.
I think Mooney brought the Connie.
He's like, yes.
All right, let's do the Hammerhead because you brought that, didn't you, Fallon?
All right, Hammerhead it is. I'll drop you between the elevators here.
Off we go.
Just 'cause this one's a bit more awkward than the other ones.
Yeah, where's the little outer elevator?
You see where in front of me where it says docking port?
Got it. I've never actually exited the Hammerhead on the ground before. I've always entered it through the airlock and flown it in space. Aegis Hammerhead, the very big brother to the Redeemer. The gunship, the corvette, designed for fighting fighters. This is a big ship. I gotta pick a starting point. Am I going towards the back or towards the front? I'm going towards the back. Let's go towards the front. So when you enter the ship, usually, you enter it through.
Hey, do we have anybody running around in a ground vehicle at the moment?
I think falling
No,
is.
Falling's on it.
Yep.
Yeah, Falling's on
I
it.
think
Never mind.
I think Throttle just jumped into my STV. I'll drive him to the thing.
All right, cool. Thanks.
So they find out where the garage is.
Starport.
I'll just drive
It's
close
over
to them.
there.
It's that way.
With no
It's on your
pointing.
left.
Here, I tell you what. Give me a few minutes, and I will 5 minutes, and I'll grab my Eclipse and head over with it.
Do you have a tally?
I do not have a tally, actually. No.
So, when you enter the ship, usually it's going to be through the docking port. Makes it nice and convenient because the bridge is right here. Oh, the elevator on this thing's doing the bouncing too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Bridge, nice and cozy, very battle feeling. Got the pilot, co-pilot. Co-pilot can control the missiles. No other guns controlled from the bridge.
The co-pilot on the Hammerhead can actually control something.
Yeah, missiles. Same as the
That is
Corsair.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like everyone else, no, co-pilot's just there.
Corsair, they can control the missiles too.
Oh,
Yeah, it's starting. It's starting. Most of the ship is guns. So besides the bridge and the entryway there, you've got turret seat down there. Elevator entry. Another turret. This should be captain's quarters. Yep. Captain's quarters. Another turret. Elevator up. We'll take that in a minute. Cargo and engineering.
Yeah, but-
Bridge. Another turret. You know, I've never been sure about this room here.
Which one?
It's just another engineering station. Like, it has 2 engineering stations. It's an odd choice.
I mean, for the size of the ship.
The Carrick's only got 1 engineering bay. I think
True,
that it's an engineering room just for the cooler. I don't know why this is here. Cooler and power plant are in here with their own engineering terminal. They seem to have split it up. Maybe because it's a military ship, it's for redundancy. So there's engineering and a smaller sub-engineering bay. But I wonder if that'll get reworked at some point. But anyway, there's a small engineering offshoot here. Further back. Crew quarters. Bunks, just like the Carrick. Engineering and cargo. You've got I think this is the engines. Big cargo bay. Not massive, but for a battleship, it's got a pretty big cargo bay. What's with the box back here? Is this gear?
Yeah, that's right. But that's my extra gear.
Gotcha. It's empty.
So of course he's opening it to look through it.
Yeah. Back turret.
Goblin, such a goblin.
All right. There's a secondary deck, of course. Ship this size. Why are all the screens flashing on this thing right now? They're all flickering. Odd.
Odd.
Gator glitch.
Oh, I could grab my 600.
You could, absolutely. And
Doubt
more
anybody else is
engineering.
going to show up in one of those.
Terminals are
I'm gonna bring an
interactive,
890 down.
but they don't do anything yet. More crew stuff. This is the kitchen. Very more like the Reclaimer. It's very alien-esque. Mess hall. You got a storage room back here. Nothing in it right now, but it's like a pantry.
Wait, wasn't the Reclaimer mess hall specifically modeled after the original Alien?
It was, but it just
it?
the same manufacturer, and the kitchen looks very similar.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, we're just gonna drop back down here. And that is the Hammerhead. Very purposefully built ship.
I'll be a minute coming back.
It's fine.
We haven't had a lot of fighters show up yet, have we?
No.
Okay. I'll call a few over when I get there.
Someone's got a Connie over here. Look at that. See if he lets us in. Door's open.
Yeah, I believe that one belongs to a gentleman by the name of goes by Throttle Junkie.
Well, he would have to let me in. We'll stand here for a second and see if he brings it up. He might have opened that for us. We'll find out in a second.
But I'm pretty sure he's the one that Falling just gave a ride to.
Yeah, I drove him to the garage.
So it might be a hot minute before he's there to take you up.
All right. What else do we have here?
Unless- Give me another 30 seconds and I'll start heading that way in a stealth bomber.
Okay.
Give me a couple seconds and I'll be there with an ion.
Perfect. Then I don't have to call mine out. But I'll call my Scorpius when I get there. Or the most dangerous ship ever created. The M50.
Definitely fast.
Yeah, I meant dangerous to the pilot, not anything else.
You say that, but the all the hover bikes exist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll get a dragonfly out too then. Jeez.
Oh my god.
You want to go really? No. You know when you go really dangerous, I'll get a Nox.
Waiting for a few more ships to show up and then we'll keep walking through.
Alright. Where are you guys? I don't want to knock you over.
I'm standing on the guy's constellation for just a minute or so here. Just
Okay.
give myself a short break here while we got only a few viewers tuned in and just kind of checking on something on the RSI website because I was going to do an update on this video.
Oh, it seems Throttle's grabbing an ion.
Nice.
Throttle's going in and also. Sweet.
Alright. Yo, ions,
I like the Ion. I'm sorry, but I do.
I love it.
I know everyone loves the Inferno because of the big giant Burt on it.
I prefer the Inferno, but that's just simply from using both.
I tend to go more for the longer range snipe shots,
Okay.
but that's me.
Yeah, especially when you have the ship bounties that are landed, and you're just like, cool, thanks for being landed. Snipe, 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 dead.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Just makes life easier when they're sitting there waiting to be a victim.
I like that I soft killed you while you're on the ground. Give me your stuff.
More loot.
Pull it out to the side, take off with the ion, come in with another one. Alright, stay clear of the Star Runner, please. I'm taking off to go get more ships.
All right. En route. I'm coming all the way from our corpse, so it might be a hot minute.
Don't blow yourself up.
Yeah, well, it was a good idea.
So as I was flying earlier today, I ended up lifting someone's cutter
Okay.
because I had taken a Inferno to a confidential bunker, making the
Mhm.
turrets. But then I realized I couldn't carry the armor back that I wanted, plus the confidential box. So thankfully, someone had left an open cutter like right on the front door. But I swear, when I flew that thing's quantum drive took longer than a stock hammer has to spool.
What was it? The cutter?
Yeah,
Stock cutter.
Fair.
yeah, that thing was
So-
incredibly laggy.
Still doesn't take nearly as long as the reclaimers to spool, though.
Nothing takes as long as a reclaimer.
Nothing takes as long as the reclaimer.
I get the echo. It's nice, fast, efficient. You can get it at Area 18, so you don't have to do any dumb landing things. Less than 100K too, so it's nice.
Well, yeah, because landing in the reclaimer is always fun.
I don't mind it.
I think was it you I was telling the other night that the best advice I saw for somebody was to treat it like a helicopter.
Helicopter, no engine.
Yep,
Just
pretty
let it drop.
much. Well, just when you're coming in, make sure you flare so using plenty of the VTOL to slow you down and get you back in position.
Yeah.
Then just level it right before you touch.
I always come in level. I know that sounds weird, but it's just how I do it.
That's the beauty of this, though, is everyone's got their own way of flying. Even though we all accomplish the same thing, we all have our own
Yeah.
little differences or whatever.
I fly like a moron.
Like, I was watching this guy.
Like I
It's like
said, we all have our own thing.
I was watching this thing. This guy was critiquing landings
Okay.
and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, look, all the things that I do all the time anyway. Not because it's the quote unquote right thing to do, but because it makes it so much easier.
I've watched a few of those vids. Those are kind of fun to watch sometimes.
Boulder, are you watching the Ion on the right to a dance?
No, I'm not. Looks normal to me.
Yeah, on my end
Oh,
it's.
now I see it. Sorry, I was looking at the one over there.
Yeah, this one's possessed.
Whose ion is that? Mine's in front of you.
No, that's probably throttles.
Yep, the throttle's coming up.
Did he
He's
not
in
put
the-
his landing gear down?
He did.
He did.
You have an ad on right now, it's just
I
you're aware.
know.
Okay. My man. Just kidding.
Walker.
I've got an ad going. I'll walk around in a second, bud. Gotta let me in the ship.
Yeah.
You should probably let him know his Ion's currently dancing.
Did you bring the Ion down too?
Yeah, the Ion's parked right next to me, but it's
It's
fucking
it's
wigging
hopping
right
like crazy. I would, if I were you, I'd move it before it blows everything up.
Jitterbug.
now. Yeah, I was hoping I was
Jitterbug.
gonna come in here and it would just stop hopping.
What happens when the main gun on the ion freaks out? Oh god.
It just goes off on its own.
I've got it up on target. I'll tell him if it takes any damage.
You hear that beeping? What is that? I think my main gun's about to explode. Oh shit.
Built-in self-destruct.
All right, back from our ad.
Almost. I
So
got 7 seconds.
our friend here has led us into his Andromeda, constellation Andromeda. So we're going to take a look at that. So the Andromeda is a large medium ship, much like they call this is a small medium. That's just how I define them. It's Corsair, MSR size. It's the next step up. Multi-crew for sure. Soloable if you really want to, but it's designed for 2 to 4 people. You got the bridge. I personally love the Constellation. I think it desperately needs a rework, but I think it's a really cool ship. Bridge, 3 stations. One of the earliest videos for Star Citizen. was using the Constellation on like an exploration ship. It was really cool. So pilot, co-pilot, I don't know, comms officer, something like that, whatever you want to do. Turret station here. Turret station here. We got 2 of them on the same track. You can only get one at a time. Top and bottom, this is the gunship variant. The Aquila is for exploration. The Taurus is for cargo. The Phoenix is for luxury travel. And this is 100% for combat, although you can use it for multi-role because it has cargo too. None of these work to my knowledge. Like the door opens, but the bathroom doesn't do anything. The shared storage opens, but doesn't interact to let you put anything in it. It's all placeholder. It's a very old ship. Place to sit. You got a little table here that comes up for eating at and stuff that hasn't worked in a long time. So it's just one of those ships that really needs a pass. The beds here double as escape pods, much like the Redeemer. Got a cargo bay that reminds me so much of Firefly, it hurts my heart. This big walkway around the outer edge and the big cargo bay down below, which this guy is lowered down. And back here, one of the cool features of this ship. So you got engineering here, very small, easy for one person to maintain. And this usually has a snub fighter. It's a bug in the game right now. You take it out, you can't get it back in. But this is for an attached fighter that lives in the back of the ship. And 3 of the 4 constellations, to my knowledge, have it, because the Aquila, the Phoenix, and the Andromeda all have fighters. The Taurus does not. Very cool feature. Doesn't always work properly. Cool things about the ship besides what I just showed you. Physicalized missiles. Older ship. You cannot replace them yet like you can on some others by salvaging parts, but you'll be able to eventually. Airlocks. Very convenient for a multi-role ship to be able to kind of exit out and leave. Oh, the doors aren't working. Be able to because it's his ship. Here I am trying. So airlock, thanks buddy. Being able to exit out of the ship is very, very cool. It's just a very cool, well-rounded, great multi-role ship. I'm gonna exit the fun way. There we go. And there's my ride.
All right, now for the next question. Looks like we found where we're going next. A bright red Carrack. Interesting.
Isn't it blue?
It's blue.
The Caterpillar is blue. The Carrack behind us is red.
All right. Who's Caterpillar?
Mine.
Nice. This is the Drake Caterpillar. 100% cargo ship. Cool thing with the Caterpillar is you could technically use it as a multi-role as well. It's got cargo. It's got kitchen. Doesn't work yet, but it has a kitchen. Weapons. It's big. It's somewhere between the. It's sort of Drake's Carrack-sized vessel. Obviously, very different form factor, but it's a really cool ship. I'm not a cargo guy. I love the vibe of this ship. I also have not. Odinson, you want to take us for a walkthrough? I get lost in this ship
I got
every
you.
single time. I'll come back down.
This ship is not nearly as confusing
No, I'm in.
as a
I'm in with you.
Starfarer.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
No, the Starfarer
actually-
is more confusing for sure, but I get lost in this ship every single time I use it. So we're gonna let Odinson walk us through, and we're gonna follow like tourists. 'Cause I don't want to get lost on
Yeah.
stream.
It's actually after a couple days, it became real easy once you find out that it's just a big circle. So habitation deck is up front and on the bottom. Got
Nice.
a couple beds here.
One
and a
comment
bunch of stuff
here:
that doesn't
these
actually work.
screens, much like the Corsair and other ships, will eventually work. So the idea is, if you're back here on a long voyage, you're carrying cargo 10 systems away, your crew needs food and water, they would grab a seat here, but you'd be able to monitor things like comms or engineering from these panels. So I'm looking forward to that.
And then right behind you opens up the first module of cargo. Goes forward, I think 5. We'll
Correct me
actually
if I'm
go
wrong.
through the top.
They
though.
are expecting modularity for this ship as well, much like the Carrack, correct?
I believe so. It's supposed to
Beautiful.
have module stuff, but we'll go through the rest of the cargo when we go up to the turret up front.
Be a very useful
but for right now.
multi-role ship if it had different modules like I don't know what, but like base
Yeah.
building, that'd be cool.
So back here is engineering. You don't actually have any parts here that you can take off.
Not yet.
But
Older
there is
ship.
a quick way up, which we won't take because that's annoying.
Ladder,
We
yeah.
have turret access here. Goes up to the very top. And here's the stairway access. So this is what I'm talking about where it's a big circle.
I get lost
once
so
we go
often
up
in this
here-
one.
Yeah, well, once we go up here, now we have the access to the
Is this the
tractor beam?
Yep.
Tractor beam for this side. And then over this way.
What's Carbine saying in chat? I wish they would collaborate and get the Serenity in game. You know what, man? I'm a massive Firefly fan, and I agree that'd be cool, but I disagree that they can't afford to, but two, it's like if they added the Millennium Falcon. Would I think it's cool? Yes, but something about putting something from a different universe in this universe, just personal opinion, I feel like it would cheapen it. If I could fly Serenity in this game, it would cheapen Serenity and Star Citizen for me. I would much rather they do something that nods heavily to it, like a Drake Carrick type ship that feels very much like Serenity. Not saying you're wrong, but I've thought that before, and people have said that before. Like, add a TIE fighter. It's like, but then it's not Star Citizen. Then it's...
But they did. It's called a Fury.
Fair enough. That's what I mean. Do their variant. But if they actually added Serenity, it wouldn't sit right with me. But I would 100% fly it.
And here
Bridge.
we got pilot, co-pilot, and then 2 support seats.
So probably you could do like comms officer, and you could do scanning.
Yeah, and then down this ladder here,
Getting bumped around.
we have access to another couple bunks and the other tractor beam here.
Oh, so crew quarters
It's-
are down here. Okay. Part of it anyway. It's kind of split up.
Yep, and then we're gonna go back up. Boop-a-doop-a-doop.
She's a big ship. She's as big as the Carrick. It's just very different layout.
Very mazy.
Very mazy.
Um,
Very honestly, the vibe of the Drake ships always makes me think Serenity from Firefly, and the Carrick's shape and outline make me think Serenity. If Drake made the Carrick, it would be Firefly, the game.
And we got power here.
What's the server access? Is this meant to have sort of like
This
MSR?
server here. The servers are right here.
Yeah, but is it? I didn't know
I'm
it
not
was supposed
entirely
to have
sure
that.
what they're
Okay.
planning. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it. We have EVA access here, that apparently doesn't work yet, so we're not going to worry about that. But this is going to be your route to the front turret, and this shows
beautiful.
you
Okay.
all the cargo as well. Like I said, we'd be going through the cargo again.
For the guys tuning in, this is
Uh,
Odinson's ship, and I always get lost in the Caterpillar, so he's taking us for a walk.
I found an elevator or ladder. Didn't mean to. And then you'll see the front-facing cargo here. So this cargo will also
Yep.
fill up, but then also there's the other turret.
It feels like a ship you would live in. It feels like a very lived-in ship to me. I like it a lot.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely has a feeling of that. Almost like the Reclaimer for me, because that's the two I've had experience with.
Okay.
But I really do like the cargo running part of this game now, and I really like Caterpillar. So
Agreed.
also, parking sensors. I thought these were guns. They're
Nope.
parking sensors.
Yeah, because it's so big. What else do we have here that's come down? We've got an ion here. Let's
Yeah, eye on there.
do a walk around of the ion since I'm not gonna. There's no interior. So Caterpillar we just looked at, multi-role cargo. We looked at the Carrick, the Hammerhead, the Redeemer, the Cutlass, the Andromeda. This is the Crusader Ares Ion. Yes.
I can just go ahead and climb in there so you can see the animation of climbing in.
It is basically the gun with wings. The Ares series of ships, the Ion and the Inferno, are capital crackers. You can do what you want with them. You can use them to fight smaller ships in PvE. Maybe you get lucky in PvP. They are primarily designed for killing things the size of the Hammerhead very quickly. The Ion has a massive energy weapon. It is designed to take down shields faster than they can regenerate. The Inferno variant has a ballistic Gatling that, at least against NPCs, can shred one of those Hammerheads in about 10 seconds. Player ships are a bit tougher, takes a little bit longer. Also, if it's fully gunned, it's it's shredding you. Like it's more of a fight, as it should be. But if I was in a Hammerhead fully crewed and I saw 2 Infernos coming, I'd be concerned. I'd be really concerned, because that's what they're designed to kill the Idris and the Hammerhead in small packs. They're pack hunters. I love my Inferno. There isn't one here right now. It's this exact ship, but it's black and it's a Gatling gun. I have killed more players in my Inferno than I have in the Lightning. I love the ship. I love the feel of it. But that's the beauty of Star Citizen is, even though ships have roles, you can kind of make it your own. Everybody's going to tell you this ship's better, this one's worse. There is no better or worse in this game. There's just what you like. And I
That
really
ship is the
like-
one you're most comfortable in.
Yeah, I like both of these. The Ion is the next ship I want to buy in game. Yeah, man, it's a good ship. If you haven't tried them both, I'd recommend trying the Ion and the Inferno for a little bit and seeing which one you like better. It's going to be your taste. Maybe you've already tried them. I'm just assuming.
I prefer the Ion personally. As you know, as I've said before, I'm more of a sniper instead of brawler when it comes to fighters.
Yeah.
However, I can totally see where an Ion and Inferno paired up together are just an absolute nightmare.
So our Oregon game does a lot of different stuff, but we do a lot of combat. And if I was going to be traveling through Pyro, even doing missions, forget looking for PvP. Immersive exploration and missions. If I was in my Corsair, gunned, I would feel fairly secure. If I faced a bigger ship, the Corsair's not a combat ship. It doesn't have good shields or good hull. I would feel not secure. But if I was flying with my guys, my crew, if I had a fully crewed Corsair with an Inferno or an Ion on one side and like a Lightning or a Hornet on the other side, kind of flying in formation, I would be laughing at anything that showed up.
I don't want to cut you off, but you want to clear away from the Ion so I can take off and not knock you on your butt.
Absolutely. I'm moving towards this Hercules anyway. When I get in there, I gotta drink some food and water before I go too far.
Oh, show. We got people on general chat that want to, following, you see it already. Cool.
Yeah, I got the guy with me.
Following's on it.
Right, taking off.
Someone is gonna show up and bomb us any second. All right, so
That's
this,
the nice thing about being an armistice, though.
while he opens the door, this is the Hercules. Looks like the A2?
Nope, M2.
M2. So there's 3 variants, C2, A2, M2. C2 is cargo, M2 is military or militia, A2 is for bombing. You can use all 3 for some cargo, some multi-role. They're roughly Carrack sized. I think they're actually a little bit longer, if I'm looking at it correctly.
I think they are a bit longer.
It's that weight class of ship. It is
They're dropping
designed...
the front ramp. By
Thank
the way.
you. It is designed for a crew. It is extremely versatile. I am not personally a Hercules fan. I've flown one maybe twice during Siege. But I do acknowledge what a solid ship it is. It can carry bigger vehicles than any other ship in the game.
You mean something like one of these?
Something like one of these. Yeah, he's got, oh, you've got a partially destroyed vehicle back here. Is that a cut in half Centurion?
That's the one that killed me. He was trying to put a Centurion and a Ballista in there at the same time.
So this is the only ship in the game. This line of ships can carry tanks. In the future, more will be able to, but for now, that's what makes it good. It also carries the most cargo. The C2 does. So
There is a Nova parked out front, by the way.
we'll take a look in a moment. Very solid ship, very cool. If you haven't been in one, I highly recommend you get in one. 3 new followers. Thanks, guys. I don't know who's tuning in right now, because only a couple guys are in chat, but I appreciate that. It's got an elevator.
Throttle joined us.
Throttle.
Yeah.
Who's Throttle?
Throttle brought,
Only Connie.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
he brought the
Well,
Constellation.
I'm about to give him a tour of the hammer because
Alright.
you can't use the elevator.
So we've got the ladder. We've got the elevator. We're going to take the ladder. I'll show you what makes this one different from the other ones. I'm just going to drink some water when I get to the top of this elevator. Ladder. Why do I keep saying elevator when I'm in the ladder? I don't know why.
It's an elevator of sorts.
Now remember the difference.
just have to
between
elevate
C2 and
yourself.
M2.
Yeah. Do you want to give the tour, Panzer?
I absolutely can if you want me to.
Like waffles. What did I say about the Connie storage bay? Oh, the Firefly comment. Yeah, man.
The thing I love
that vibe?
most about the Hercules, and I've flown the M2 for a long time, is it's fast for its size. It's surprisingly maneuverable.
Crusader ships are all fast mover for their size. I hope that the Spirit becomes faster. Actually, if anybody watching this has a Spirit and wants to come to the ship meet at Microtech, join my server, come to the ship meet, I want to show it off. But I think the Spirit should be faster and more maneuverable, considering how fast and maneuverable the Hercules is.
Agreed. I actually do agree with that. They did, for when engineering becomes a thing, most engineering panels are actually right out here in the middle.
Yeah, very
You're
convenient.
looking at them. Up to and including storage is actually right there. Or no, that's life support. Sorry.
One of these
Storage
buttons is
right there.
storage. This one here.
That's storage. That one's storage. Now both of them will have their crew quarters on this side, on the starboard side.
What's on this side?
That is for the C2,
yes,
the
of course.
cargo. In the C2, this is the
recreation
recreation
area.
area.
Yeah, but it's the military
Whereas
jump
on
seats
the
in this
M2,
one.
because it's got jump seats for 12 plus the armory back here.
So it has drop ship capacity plus a big armory. Kitted, very nicely done.
It's almost like I use this all the
escape
time.
pods or suit lockers?
Yes, these are going to be suit lockers whenever they actually get to be functional again.
Suits and weapons. So this is just another flavor of Carrack size ship. I prefer the Carrack, that's what I have, but there's nothing wrong with this ship whatsoever. And it takes off like a rocket.
The crew quarters. Now the M2 is a 3-person crew, whereas the C2 is a 2-person crew.
3-person crew, but has amenities for 6, I believe.
Well, it has amenities for 12 plus 3, so actually 15.
I mean beds. Doesn't it have?
Oh, it has beds for it has beds for 3.
Is it only 3 beds in this one? So it's less than the Carrack.
It's only 3 beds. It's only 3 beds, but it has seating for the additional 12. But that'd be for whatever vehicle crew members you have that you're carrying. Because this is actually designed to be the military lander. So it's once they physicalize armor, this is a heavier armored version of the Hercules, so you actually have less cargo overall. But you will be able to take much more of a pounding. It's also why it's got the big chin turret on it that the
It's
C2
very durable.
doesn't have.
I've got a short on my YouTube channel of me escaping from an M2. I had a bounty, and Seraphim Station was shooting at me. I stopped the ship, got out of the seat, got to the back, exited the ship, floated down to the station, got to the pad, turned around, looked up, and they still hadn't destroyed it. Tanky.
Yeah,
tanky
exactly.
ship. It's got the same
So,
level of
but-
shields and armor as a Carrack.
Yeah, so the M2 is the one that actually has a 3rd seat right over here.
And that's a turret seat.
Yeah, that's actually the turret seat. Then the co-pilot also controls the turret.
Does the A2 not also have this seat? I thought it did.
No, the C2 and the A2, I believe, do not. They're only 2-seater.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I know for a fact the C2 doesn't.
This is why we got him to give the tour, because I do not typically fly this ship.
Now, the big difference also is normally on the C2, there is a weapons rack right in this area. Whereas on here...
Oh, like
it's
a
in
bridge
the
crew
armory.
weapons rack. Got you. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, there's actually one on either side of the hallway, whereas here it's over in the armory for the Marines.
And goodbye.
And goodbye.
Just drop
But of
down.
course, yep. Then, of course, if you go down out front, you'll see the Nova, that this is the only
Yeah.
ship that can
Let's look at the
carry
Nova
it.
while we're here. So that's the Hercules Starlifter, the M2 variant. The other ones are very similar inside with slight variations, much like the Constellations.
Yeah.
But the only ship series that can carry the tank at the moment. And again,
This is
very purposeful
This
build.
is the biggest player controllable gun in the game.
So I'm going to preface this for anybody watching who's new to the game. At the moment, in this game, most tanks and ground vehicles have no purpose. Vehicles like STV, Cyclone are good for rescue missions, Ursa, that sort of thing. But like right now, there's no reason to really leave your ship. There's no exploration missions. There's no permanent markers for your ship to find your way back. There's no ground war. So you have to make your own content to want to use these. But in the future, if there's ground conflict zones, real exploration, real reasons to use them, there's actually a lot of ground vehicles in the game, and this is one of the most dangerous ones.
Absolutely.
Very,
So
very
three-man crew, pilot, co-pilot, and gunner. You're looking at the gunner seat right there in
Yeah.
front of you.
Won't do anything on Armistice, but very
Sadly,
big,
no.
very powerful gun. Lots of amenities. This is the thing, is like in the future, the hope is that you would come down in an M2, disembark in the tank, well outside of the surface-to-air defenses of a turret or a bunker or facility, and then you would drive it in.
Panzer, what happened?
What do you mean? What happened?
What's going on in here?
I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
he's in the back of the ship. There's somebody here
I don't know
standing
what
with
you're
us.
talking
I don't
about,
know who
sir.
this is.
Everything's fine in there. What are you talking about, Tech?
Someone's gonna start taking ships here any minute. You can just
Crazy.
tell. What else is here that we can take a tour of?
I brought
Yes.
the 890.
The
Somebody brought an
890.
890,
Where is
yeah.
it? Oh, I see it. I can watch that. Where's my ride? Where's,
I'm
where's
totally not
Fallen?
giving that tour though. You're probably better at that.
The worst chauffeur in the world.
What?
Yeah,
Where?
I'm gonna run over and get my Eclipse and bring it back over for you.
Nice. We're gonna take a long. So there's a windstorm. Anybody watching who doesn't know this game, there's a massive windstorm.
Jack, you want to
going
ride
on.
along with me?
This
Where
is,
you going?
Look how we're walking here.
I'm just gonna run back over to the ground station and get my Eclipse to fly back over. If you want to bring this back over.
I was gonna ask you. Yeah, thanks. I'll even
Yeah.
And if I grab a
No,
vehicle.
I'll even let you.
All right.
I'll even let you drive it. if you want.
Boulder, I'm gonna make my way to you.
All right, we're gonna go tour the 890, and then we're gonna tour that reclaimer.
So what ship are you currently parked outside of? The
I'm
Hercules?
walking away from the Hercules towards the 890 in the windstorm.
All right, let me find where this.
For the guys tuning in, thank you.
I still have your marker.
Jump in chat, ask questions about ships, and if you're on my server or want to join my server, come join the ship show. We're at Microtech. I want to see the rarest ships you have. I'm hoping somebody shows up in something like super rare, like an executive lightning or something. Oh, come
Am I
on.
going in the right direction?
It's always when
Yes.
you're streaming that the selection
Yeah,
points don't
you're
work.
good, Jack.
All right, let's check out the 890 jump. The 890 jump is one of the most useless ships in the game at the moment. Luxury has no purpose. It's one of the silliest things you'll ever see. But in the future, if you played Elite Dangerous, it'll likely be some kind of luxury transport missions like they had in Elite. Exploration, I think it'll be good at because of the amenities. Big crew. It'd be a great thing if you're like endgame and have nothing to spend your money on after years of playing, after Alpha's over, to kind of be like, let's get an
Okay,
890 and go hold a party out in space.
We're not there yet, but
I'm incapacitated.
you're incapacitated, Tech. How they?
Why am I stuck? It
Seriously?
didn't go all the way to the top. Oh, it's opening, that's why. It's been a long time since I've been in here.
Oh my God.
There's going to be a Twitch ad starting in about 15 seconds here. Anybody who stays tuned, I appreciate it. It kind of, every 7 cents of that goes in my pocket. When the ad breaks over, we'll take a tour of the 890 jump. I will head to the bridge now so it's ready when the ad's over.
I don't have a med gun on me.
See everybody in 1 minute.
I
Hey, Falling, you want to
get
take me over to them?
back.
I got a med gun.
Oh, no, it should be fine.
All right, where are you, Smith?
I'm right behind you, so don't
He
move.
just backspaced out.
It's
Oh.
fine. We're in New Babbage.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna sit in here with you so I can get some heat. Turn on the heaters
fair-
on.
Fair warning, it's not much better.
No, you turn on the heater and we'll be all right.
The heater is on.
Thank you,
It doesn't matter what heater you have when it's open canopy.
sir. I don't need that negativity in my life right now.
I'll deliver you to the M2.
I don't know if the ads are over or when they're over, so I'm just kind of waiting.
Yeah,
Don't
they're
worry, it's
over.
all fine.
Let me out of this.
It says it's ending
They're
in
over.
1 minute and 25 seconds on my end.
God, what happened to the M2?
What is going on?
Okay. I've got your stream pulled up and I'm not seeing ads at all. You're just standing there looking at the hallway.
That's weird.
There it is.
I,
Just started.
I got ads for a minute
Just
and 8
started.
seconds.
Maybe it's different for each person a little bit.
I just started 104, so
1 of
Time
4?
zone lag is a thing.
Yeah, sometimes the Twitch will throw as many ads as they want. You have had one at 9 before.
Oh my god. I gotta change it so subscribers don't see ads.
I think the worst one was like 1 out of 12. That one was rough.
Ads are ending in 1 minute.
ouch.
Like 4 minutes of ads.
What did you do to my body? It said you did something wrong.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do anything that you know of.
Grievous
You were
bodily
dead.
damage.
You were dead.
Oh, I'm coming for you, Panther.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter what I did. You were already dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy
I mean,
some med
jeez.
pins.
There you go.
I don't
can
see the
check
option to
me.
turn off ads for that. I'll have to find that later.
Yeah, I died on my M2 and no body, so
I think the windstorm is over. I can move just fine now.
nope, it's still going.
Oh, well, then I'm just Superman running through it like nothing.
So I got a notification that ads were running. Half of you messaged me and said ads were running. Other people are saying that they're not running. Subs. I don't know what's going on with Twitch tonight. I kind of paused in between ads. It's gonna be hilarious on YouTube because I upload these as podcasts. But anyway, looks like ads are over for most people. We keep going. This is the 890 jump. What did Carbine say? I only have 2 ships and 2 ground vehicles. Dude, don't feel bad about that. If you have 2 ships, you can earn everything else in game. You don't need to have an 890 jump for your first year playing this game. You're fine.
Dude, you can earn everything you want with your starter ship if you really wanted to.
Yeah, man. One of our buddies, Reverend, he's had this game longer than I have. He's had the Avenger Titan the entire time, never pledged anything else, and owns almost every ship in the game in-game. So don't feel bad about 2 ships and 2 ground vehicles.
And absolutely loves his too.
Oh, man, yeah. Earn everything. Earn it in game. Do not buy an 890 jump with cash. For the guys watching this who work for CIG, the guys who are in our Discord server, Jake, Xylo, you guys are awesome. I think you're really great guys. I love CIG. I love the game. I'm sorry. Nobody needs to buy an 890 jump with cash. It just doesn't. It's not a thing. Just don't do it.
It's so
Ever.
pretty though.
Okay, this is the 890 jump. The reason why I ran up here while ads were going for some people is because most of you are going to enter the ship from over here because this is where docking is. Whether you're in space or dock with a station, you're going to enter here. This is a luxury yacht. There's an elevator here. We're going to ignore it for a second. This deck here. Oh my god, I almost ducked because I'm so used to people shooting at me at this point. So the 890 jump mission. Usually you board it and there's pirates here. It's a big ship to tour the whole thing, but you know what? Fuck it, we're gonna do it. You've got multiple staterooms. We don't know what these missions are gonna look like in the future, but if they're anything like they were in Elite Dangerous, you're gonna go to a station, you're gonna pick up player or NPC missions to transport someone somewhere, and the farther you take them, the safer they are, the more happy they're at the end, the more you get paid. In Elite, you could get paid 20, 30 million to take a group of high-end tourists to tour certain stars or something like that. So hopefully, it's like that. On this level, you also have Jeffrey's tubes, escape pod access, because the super rich do not mess around with their lives. Small engineering area, as well as another escape pod. Even the escape pod's luxury. You've got the spa, hot tub. Look at this thing. Like this reminds me of the gym that I go to. They got the benches like this before the steam room. It's got a pool, which you can't do anything with yet, but still, if you could go on a long trip in this thing, go for a swim.
You can see bodies floating in there.
If you do the 890 jump mission, yes. All right. Back up a little bit. So you come out of the pool, spa, you towel off, and you're gonna head up to the bar. You've got more rooms. You got a room near the bar. Better off than some. The other one on the other side's exactly the same. I believe these are washrooms. Washrooms, yeah. Bar area, really nice bar area. Gorgeous ship, so useless. When are you ever going to fill that with people filling all those seats? I guess NPCs, right? You pick them up and do a mission. You got another bar, more like a lounge, meeting room. If you've got executives with you or something, traveling on your trip. I would imagine there will be missions that you'll only be able to accept if you have an 890 jump, or if you've installed a luxury module in a modular ship. The bridge is at the top. More mingling rooms. And the bridge. Very high-end jump point scanner, as you would need to have. Pilot, co-pilots. Everything feels very high-end, polished, and clean. I actually completely forget what's over here. Some kind of, oh, it's just like a viewing lounge. All right. So I'm interested. I see more people joining. Who here is at the ship show right now? Who's coming to join us? And who is new and has questions about these ships? Because that's going to give me something to talk about. I mean, it's the 890 jump. I've been on this thing a million times, but some of you might not have been. If I was doing like a ship review, I'd just do like a YouTube video or something. When you're streaming it, you kind of got to find stuff to talk about with these ships. Is the back elevator not working right now? Oh, there it is.
It's just very slow. Yeah, you think about it, this thing's even longer than a Polaris.
Yeah. Because it's a capital ship. The Polaris is the smallest capital ship, so it would be small.
I think, as a throwaway point, if someone ever wants to feel like it's like to fly a budget Kraken, fly an 890 jump. Try to transfer someone in the
Budget
hangar. When you got-
Kraken. I think it's more expensive than the Kraken, dude.
Is it?
It kind of makes sense. Yeah. Oh, I went
Just the
out of the
Kraken.
ship. This goes out.
That blows my mind.
I don't
thought
know
Kraken's
because
more
it's not
expensive.
out yet. But the Kraken's a capital ship as well. But it's like it's not a luxury capital ship. I would assume that the 890 would cost more in game when the game's done. Maybe I'm wrong, but like, it's a Drake. I don't know the
Oh.
answer, but I would imagine just like you get the nicest, biggest Chevy you can afford, or the cheapest frickin' Bentley. Which one's more expensive?
True, but the Kraken is an aircraft carrier, and going off pledge prices, it's way more expensive.
Fair enough. Okay, I went out the exit by accident. I've never actually had to use that way before. We're just gonna take the way that I know. We're gonna take the Jeffries tubes. You can tell
I just
how
don't have your
I
marker.
usually enter this ship illicitly. So
Are you going to the airlocks?
no, I'm going downstairs, but I couldn't find that one elevator that works, so I just took the Jeffries tube. So, this is the back bay. I believe this is also where cargo would come in if you own this thing. I actually haven't been on the ship in a long time when it's been active. Usually I do it during missions. Yeah, so this is where a vehicle would go. Eventually, I think the tank probably fits in this thing too.
It does.
It does.
I kept saying it was only the Hercules, but I forgot about the 890. But like, it still has a glass roof on the frickin' tank bay. So it's not meant for a tank. What it's meant for is a couple of luxury vehicles. Like, you put a couple of Lynx Rovers there so that your VIP clients, when you land on Microtech, could go for a nice expedition. But you can put whatever you want. Engineering's also down here, those doors there. It's not necessary to see it, but that's what's back there. Vehicle bay, shield gen. She is a capital ship. It's got very big parts. We're below decks, so almost everything down here is not for the guests. You've got crew quarters, you've got a ladder up top, you've got the kitchens down here where the staff are working. You've got medical facilities where you'd probably have a full-time medical staff. It has a respawn point because the ultra-rich do not risk dying on an expedition and missing out on the free buffet. They have to respawn and go back upstairs.
Hey, don't knock the free buffet, sir.
I don't know what the waiting lounge down here is for, if this is mostly the area for crew. I suppose
That is.
What's that?
That is the crew area, yeah.
Yeah, so but it says waiting lounge, so I'm wondering if maybe that's intended for if you're part of the passengers but you brought cargo with you. Maybe it's a waiting lounge for that, or medical.
Or transferring from the hangar, maybe.
You know what? That's a really good point. Yeah, you come in your private shuttle, then you wait in the waiting lounge for crew to come get you and bring you up. Fair, yeah, I could go with that. This is big enough to hold many of the ships in the game. The Terrapin fits back here, for instance. Great.
You want me to bring a Terrapin?
Sure. Great bay. You got a turret. You got some defenses. I mean, she is a luxury ship, but they want protection, so you've got turrets front and back. This one's through that door over there as well. Pods. Escape pods for crew. They don't get the fancy pods up top. They just get EVA escape. This is probably for crew. Recreation. Between shifts, because they'd be living on this thing too. Crew dining. Crew quarters. Could be wrong about that. Maybe it is intended for guests that paid less or something, but this strikes me as crew area.
It is.
Kitchens.
That,
It says crew area on the elevator.
Did it say it? Okay, got it. I didn't take the elevator down. It's very high end for the crew though. Like if you look at this, like they're not exactly suffering down here in steerage or something like that. Probably the highest paid crew in the galaxy. Kitchen's prepping for the rest of the ship.
As they should be, since there's nothing to do. I mean, yeah.
This I call this the battle bridge. What's it actually called? Control something. This is where if they're under attack, where security would work. So you've got the actual captain up top. You've also got a battle bridge here. Screens to read out what's going on, and turret controls. If they're being taken over by hostiles or something. I'm looking forward to a mission in the future. I hope there's one, because right now there's a mission to save the 890. I hope in the future there's a mission to like extract. Like board the ship and save the VIP, or board the ship and save the crew who are locked in the battle bridge or something like that. Could be cool.
That would be cool.
I think we're going to see a lot more mission types this year. If I had to guess, I'd say we're going to get 323 early May. And I think we're probably going to get 4.0 in September or October. I bet we get it before CitizenCon.
Have a bunch of pirates trying to cut through the door. You open up the other door and blow them away.
Basically, yeah.
Whoops.
Using railgun indoors, turn them into mist.
And that's the 890 jump. Luxury capital ship.
All right, I double checked. Turns out their Kraken's like 60 meters longer than the 890. So it is not the biggest one. I thought the Kraken was smaller.
No, I didn't think it was smaller. I'm guessing it's cheaper, but I could be completely wrong on that. No one knows yet, but I look at Drake and I look at Origin, and I assume cheaper.
And that's fair. All right,
Things
Reclaimer
are being
time.
rough tonight. Yes, Aegis Reclaimer. Anybody who's new to the game and hasn't experienced the Reclaimer before, we're on our way to the current largest salvage ship in the game.
I'm trying to find. Oh, there it is.
Some guys will run it solo. I'm not saying that's wrong. I don't do that. I prefer to have a crew of at least 3 to get in this thing. She's an absolute beast. But with a crew of
I
3...
run it however I can take it.
What's that?
So I run it however I can take it.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not saying it was directed at you. But
No, I know,
I don't
I
take
know,
mine
I'm
out
just
without at
saying.
least 3. Right now, the
Trying to
sweet
drop
spot's
out
3
the,
people to make...
coffin?
I'll get out. Right now, my sweet
Alright.
spot to make money is about 3 people. In the future, it's designed for 6 to 8 people to have protection, drone control, etc. Oh,
I definitely don't mind the tediousness of single player or single piloting this.
Fair enough. Yeah, some guys don't. I cannot handle... Yeah, I won't... I own one pledged. I do not take it out unless there's at least 2 people with me. And because you make more money that way. But in the future, with the drone operator, the engineer, the turrets, you're salvaging in pyro once it has more fuel, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a crew. You're gonna want permanent gunners. You're gonna want box people. You're gonna want a drone operator. Guys can move shifts, but do you think they'll ever add a medium salvage ship? Yeah, I think they will. I think they'll probably do one bigger as well. If I had to make up a complete abstract guess, I would hope that they do an Argo medium salvage. I think it suits the aesthetic. We got the Argo Mole, Argo Cargo, Argo SRV. I'd like to see an Argo salvage ship, and I think eventually we'll see a capital class, because this thing can't munch down capital ships. So we need like an Orion-sized salvage ship at some of that. I think that'd be a badass ship. Okay, so we just came in the main elevator. We went straight to habitation. Eventually this thing will dock with stations. It doesn't right now, but you would dock from here. So assume you came in here.
Actually, the dock is over here.
The up top? Yeah. It's supposed to be at the side, though. It's just that they put it in the wrong spot, and that's why it doesn't dock.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So they're going to change that.
It needs a full rework to allow it to dock with stations. Yeah, because it'd have to be on the side. Okay, captain's quarters, captain's office, crew quarters. By the way, if you ever find a crashed Reclaimer out there in the verse, head for the crew quarters and go to the bunks. You'll often find subscriber boxes hidden in these bunks. Like Ghost Hollow, places like that. Crew bathroom. Bathrooms don't do anything yet, but it'll be very important in the future, from what I understand, for removing wear and tear on your character. Bunsen. You got the bridge. Sorry, the galley. Hopefully, we'll eventually get our food processors and such to be able to just get water while we're on the go. Tech deck. I believe this is going to be the drone room in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't do anything yet. But
And also tech decks, small skateboards. Super cool.
salvage drone, big deal in the future. Grav gen. A lot of this doesn't do anything yet. There's a turret up here. Big turret up top, dual size 5s. One of the cooler bridges in the game at the moment, in my opinion. Gonna head down to it. Two more guys tuning in. Thank you. I'll upload this whole thing to YouTube after. I've just started uploading the completely unadulterated streams as like live stream podcasts to YouTube, and for some reason people sit and watch them. So thank you. Terminals here. So you've got drone. You got turrets on 2 of them. And then scanning, and what's the last one? I always forget this is. Turret, scanning, turret, scanning. Okay, so 2 turret and 2 scanning stations. Because I always talk about immersion, in my opinion, you wouldn't have someone just standing at the turret the whole time. You would have your bridge crew through here. You got a guy piloting, you got a co-pilot operating the arm, you're making your money up here. You've got people, if you've got a full crew, stripping the hull here. While this is happening, your pilot detects that there's hostiles on their way in. So the guys stripping the arms would get up and head back here and hop on the turrets, while the co-pilot heads up top and gets on the bigger turret. Meanwhile, the guy in the box room has been notified and he's running for the back turret. So like, you wouldn't just have, you don't need a crew of 16 for this ship. You could get by with 5 or 6 guys in the future. Right now you can get by with like 3. There's other little side doors here. There's an exit. There's ladders that lead other places. But this is the basics of the front end of the ship. Bridge, stations. I'm gonna go up. What are you guys driving around at there?
Yeah, it's just me and the STV.
It's loud in here. It makes no sense. What else is here? Okay.
All right, 1 angry turtle on the way in.
1 angry turtle.
Did you do a,
I mean,
did you do a
terrapin.
tally yet?
No.
Tally?
No, we did not do a tally.
I would have pulled that, but I'm currently the taxi service, so we can't.
I have to upload this as like all ships podcast or something. Like we're bringing everything out. Ladders here lead to the subdeck. The subdeck basically just takes you back where we were. It's not urgent at the moment to show you that. This is your back elevator. Now, from my understanding, this should be a working cargo grid in the future, so you can move things between decks. Right now, it is not a working cargo grid. I do not recommend using it. Use at your own risk for
At
cargo.
a very big risk.
There's currently no way to get salvage. The reason why I really use my reclaimer. You cannot get salvage from salvage to cargo hold without cramming it into this elevator and hoping for the best. You cannot stack boxes in cargo processing, and there is no cargo grid in cargo hold. The ship is by no means done. Beautiful ship, great moneymaker, well designed, not done. But this is where your salvage comes out, kicks out boxes up to 16 SCU. You send someone back here, they stack them on this grid. They clip it to the grid, they don't stack yet. The idea would be somebody would be up top, and they would use that bird's eye view to stack the boxes several high in the future at some point. There's an elevator that's supposed to come up here, where you send the boxes down, and the boxes would get clipped to the grid down below, which doesn't currently clip. Will be extremely lucrative ship in the future. I won't bother going to it. There's a cargo hold down below. Doesn't work. What's supposed to happen with the cargo grid is at the back door the ship's supposed to open. So if you were out doing a salvage op, you would have 1 guy piloting, 1 guy stripping the hull, and somebody moving boxes. Maybe 1 or 2 guys are EVAing through the ship, finding loot, guns on the racks, armor, pulling parts off. But the parts, how do they get them in the ship? Open the back door of the reclaimer, put it in the cargo bay. So this is all future stuff, but it's going to be incredibly enjoyable for me, I think. And that's why I have one. I always need crew for my salvage ship. So anybody who wants to add me and crew the reclaimer, mine's called the Pale Moonlight, you're more than welcome to. All right, reclaimer.
Mine is called Boulder,
All right.
Thing of name.
What else is here?
like the Norse god.
You got a terrapin over here if you want to take a look at
I
it.
love to look at the terrapin. I love me a terrapin.
And the eclipse right next to it.
Why does everybody always laugh when I say mine's called Boulder?
Because that's what they all call me as the short form of my name.
Well, I get that, but I did it before I met you, and it's a Norse god.
But that's why they laughed.
Well, stop it! I'm just kidding.
This is my really quickly made whiskey sidecar, by the way. It's Jameson, triple sec, a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of orange juice, all mixed together. Quick little late night beverage on holiday.
Nice. I've just been doing straight Woodford Reserve tonight.
I haven't drank in a long time. I just don't drink much. And so just like lately, somebody gave me a bottle for St. Patrick's Day, so I've just been having a little drink once in a while.
Lemon juice and orange juice, though, huh?
Yeah, I wanted something citrusy, just in the mood for it.
Isn't it
Apparently
like
you don't-
acidic feeling though? I mean,
Nope.
I was going to say, apparently you don't like the enamel on your teeth.
That's fine. Me and my buddy went half on the Reclaimer. It's a moneymaker. You guys bought it in Game Jack? It's a good ship. It's a good moneymaker. It's going to get better too, I think, as they fully flesh out salvage, because pulling the parts off ships the value. So people who don't know this, in 323, the cost of things in the economy are going up. Ships are going up by a factor of 5 to 10 parts. So my hope, and the community's hope, is that the value of selling things is going to increase at also an exponential factor. And so right now, pulling a size 5 gun off of a ship, like a derelict Redeemer, isn't worth enough. It's not worth your time. If they change that, then finding a hammerhead, 250 grand for doing the mission won't be worth very much, because the economy, that won't be a lot of money. But 250 grand plus stripping it, plus munching it, plus pulling off all the size 4 guns, plus, should be a very good payday. Now, all they have to do is make it so you can stack the boxes and put things in the cargo grid, and you could stay out longer. Because right now, you do 2 hammerheads and you're full. Also, unpopular opinion, I think there's too many hammerhead missions. I know they're a good moneymaker, but like, why is there a dead hammerhead every 30 seconds? So they might nerf that. Just prepare yourselves. Anvil Terrapin. I fucking love this ship. I don't know why. It serves no purpose right now. I just like look at this thing.
I don't think I've ever actually been in one.
It's such a well-designed little ship. It's fast. It's maneuverable. It can land anywhere. It's got great VTOL. It has like the armor of a hammerhead. It's literally a heavily armored stealth scout ship. The purpose of the ship in the future, it has a giant dish on top that extends and scans ahead for like exploration data, ship data, etc. It can go into stealth mode, it can vent all heat, it can deploy armor. It's just incredibly tanky. Now, I think it needs a rework. I think this seat is dumb in the middle of the room. I think it should be kind of sitting in a corner somewhere. This is the scanning seat. I think that they've said in the lore several times that Spec Ops Marines use it as a stealth dropship sometimes, so a fold-out seat would be nice. But otherwise, it has beds, bathroom, small place to produce food, small little armory, lots of armor, very simple ship. But I love this thing.
It makes me feel like it's just a super cool nomad.
Yeah, basically, but it's so tanky. Like this thing's thing's designed to run without shields, so it has to be.
So, yeah, Nomad was my very first ship ever, and I just get that vibe when I climb into it. You know, just a real small, compact ship that you literally just fly around with. You know, nothing to do with it yet. So
yeah, the Nomad has its purpose in already, right? It's an El Camino, but it's also very clearly modeled after the Asp Explorer from Elite Dangerous, so it endears itself to me because of that. Aegis Eclipse, stealth torpedo bomber. Not much else to say about it. No interior, small fighter, small profile, a couple of size 2 guns to defend itself if it runs out of missiles. It has 3 size 9s, I believe.
Yep, 3 size 9s.
It's enough to crack any large ship. Well, it's not going to crack a capital, but Hammerhead and under. Who the hell is firing a Nerf gun?
Who do you think?
Why can't I draw my rifle? God damn it. So we've got... Yeah, Very straightforward ship. It's got a really cool look to it. It looks like a moth when you're flying it. Fast,
You want me to take it up and pull up the landing gear?
maneuverable. I think we're okay.
It's
Terrapin.
very similar to the B2 bomber.
What else do we have here?
Yeah, it reminds me a
Tally.
lot of like the B2 or the B21.
Who brought the Retaliator?
I
Not
did.
me. I don't have one yet.
Zach brought one. Wish I could go back to a station and bring the other ships we could bring out too. We're starting to
Oh, I've got a couple more I can bring over, like
fly back over.
Hornet Ghost, Super Hornet.
Hornet goes Super Hornet. What else do I have that I would bring? No one brought the Corsair. I would have brought mine.
I'm heading back to the starport.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay, same.
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
somebody in
Corsair.
Global will bring one. If anybody
I
watching the
just
stream
watched-
is in our server, bring over a Corsair or a Spirit. I'd love to show one on the stream.
I just watched Throttle try to run towards his ship and get absolutely blasted backwards.
Oh god.
Is he alright?
He's walking.
This
It wasn't
is the
me. I just now powered on, so
this is the Aegis
Let's see where
Retaliator.
those
It is built
mid-
around this torpedo.
Update that is not Throttle.
Another ship that I often get lost in, despite not being that big. It's kind of a maze in here. But basically, you've got other entryways. It's got turrets. I believe they're all upstairs. It has no pilot guns, but the pilot controls the torpedoes. This is a shower? Yeah. Small shower, small toilet, military design
Really?
ship.
really tech.
What's he doing?
I have
Checking
no idea
for
what he's
friend-
talking about.
Is he
He's
Nerf
checking for
gunning you?
friendly fire.
Bridge. Ladder.
Remember, gentlemen, friendly fire isn't.
Incoming fire has a right of way.
I've never noticed that with the top hood.
Crew bunks. They get a skylight, oddly enough. More crew bunks. It's meant for attack missions. If you're sleeping on it, it's a catnap. We're sleeping on our way to target. It arrives, it deploys its payload, and it leaves. It's also one of the tankiest ships I've ever shot at in this game. It's incredibly tanky. There's a turret here, and there's at least two at the back, left and right, in those side rooms I just showed you guys. Is it only 3 turrets, or am I missing a couple?
There's like
I think
5.
it's only-
I don't
Yeah,
know the
I thought there was
Retaliator as well
5.
as I'd like to.
1 underslung, 2 on the top. I think 1 in the middle. But let me pull up the. I remember. No, it's like 2 on the back. I'll pull up a
Yeah, let's track him down.
Retaliator bomber. Let's take a look at this thing.
There's a turret there.
Turn like 1 on the top, two in the back. I know there's one underneath in the back.
There's
And
one
there's
here.
one directly underneath the pilot seat. There's 5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there should be another one over here somewhere. Is that one? Or can I interact with it? Oh, it's just a selection point. There you go. Okay, that's 5. All right, we found them all.
I think it.
I'm bringing out the ghost.
Bunch of people tuning in. What ships are you guys flying? Tell me in chat. What do you guys love?
That was aggressive.
All right,
Tell me now.
tell me now.
Right, your Corsair would have been better because of the paint job, but I got one coming in 5 minutes.
Oh, the black paint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks really nice.
It does. It really does.
Odinson says in chat, Capitiller.
Capitiller. It's all about the Capitiller.
It's my capitiller.
Now I'm going to bring over one of the stealthiest ships in the game.
Ghost.
Yep. Ship that everybody loves to hate while fighting it.
Sadly,
good
none,
reason.
because my computer can't run this.
Oof.
Wah wah.
Bandit, you just
Play
turned it
one.
in because you're curious about the game then, or did you used to play? Bandit says, friend of
add to it.
Panzer.
Do what?
Bandit says, friend of Panzer in chat.
Oh, hi, Bandit.
The Brat Bandit.
Yeah,
We're on ad break for a lot of
yeah.
people, so some people aren't going to hear you right now.
Yeah, she actually a friend of mine from a Minecraft server from way back in the day.
I've tried to get into Minecraft for my son to play with him, but I cannot.
And that's fair.
It's-
Yeah,
it's
tried Terraria.
Like I play with him, but it's like I don't know.
Not enough to do.
Well, it's not that. It's just like I don't care what I'm doing. Except for there was one time where I built a bunker full of TNT and I wanted to light it on fire, but he did, so he ruined my fun, and I was like super mad. So that's all I wanted to do today, man.
All right,
The worst part was he blew it up when I wasn't looking.
Well, I'm just gonna drive in circles until I know where to go.
Looks pretty good, actually. I'm like circling the camera.
I get to be the cameraman, yay.
I think our ad break just ended.
There goes Panzer.
It seems to be a little inaccurate for some people, but
Hold on, Panzer, do that again. I'm gonna try to line us up opposite.
Do that again, he says, like it's easy. Hold on, let me circle around.
Yeah, I don't get some distance himself. All right, I'll swing it around. It's like I try to fly the hammer.
maybe.
I mean, if he flies out, good luck. I can probably fly the thing.
What other ships do we have coming in?
Above us. There he goes.
Oh, the Ghost. The little fighter up there circling us.
Ship that everybody loves to hate.
All right, touch down where you can, and we'll head to you.
Whenever you stop moving.
Well, I mean, you don't have to wait on us. I
Yeah,
can go
just
anywhere.
I'll land next to the Eclipse.
All right.
Put all the stealth
the-
together, right?
What speed you hitting on that vehicle?
I couldn't tell you. There's no number.
We just drove right through the bumps, which made me happy because I thought we were going to flip over.
Yeah, none of the bumps here actually physically exist.
Sun's coming up.
Finally.
That's
Finally
actually
some
surprising.
daylight.
I think it's funny you said the sun's coming up, and then you guys are pointing at the Redeemer or the Flamer. Yup,
That turns the lights on, it is the sun.
daytime.
Nighttime.
No,
Dude,
why is it that the
smash.
Hornet looks better than the new Hornet Mark II?
It does look a little
Does.
strange, that new one, doesn't
The
it?
new one looks like it's made by Tonka. Like it looks like a toy. I had some store credit and I had LTI token, so I picked one up the day it came out. I flew it for like 5 minutes. I was like, nope. It feels cheap.
Good toys are expensive, bro.
All right.
There you
I'll be
go.
back in a quick sec. I just need to grab something. I'm starving.
One Hornet Ghost.
Hornet Ghost. Black and red. Stealth variant.
Yep.
What do you have? 4 size 3s, 2 size 2s?
3 size 3s, 2 size 2s, running neutron on top.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, gotcha.
I
Okay.
think you can add another one on top.
You can if you want to trade out and go with a size 4. You can run a single
Yeah.
size 4.
But 2
No,
size 3s is
or-
higher DPS. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm very interested to see what when we complete the whole overdrive thing, what the military, the F7A is like. If that one's going to be like a cooler feel and look, or if it's going to have the same toy look to it. Because we're going to all, if we complete the missions, we're all going to unlock the ability to buy that thing.
Right. I just really wanted to see what the neutrons are going to be like. Neutron guns.
I think in the future of
like
the
those.
game that the diversity of weapons will increase and they will make more of a difference. We're getting a lot of lag here now with all the ships here, it seems. Yeah, I think they'll make more of a difference in the future. Right now, it's the difference between the different weapon types is not, it's negligible.
Like I said, I was curious to see about the neutrons because supposedly they're supposed to do more damage the closer you get with them.
They are close range.
And considering this is a stealth fighter, you're going to be close range anyways.
So what's everybody else flying? See a few more people in chat right now. You know, we've got, if you're a newer person, are you in a starter ship? Splurge on something big. Save up your money in game. You know, like Jack, who split a reclaimer with his buddy. Everybody's got that one ship. There are guys who are all like meta ship. They only want to fly a lightning. They only want to do PvP. Nothing wrong with that. But like, I don't think most people are like that. I think most people have a ship that they just love.
Ghost is taking off.
Yeah, sit right here, watch it go. There she goes.
Okay, got the Corsair incoming.
There's the Ghost leaving. Corsair inbound from Babbage.
Yep.
The Corsair is my favorite ship. I left mine at Baijini Point for the Redeemer over here, but Tack's pulling out his.
Because my Corsairs in Ohio.
One of those ships that
Forget
can't
that,
be can't be named
Ohio
yet,
doesn't
unfortunately,
exist.
so I can't lock the name of mine in. But the ship that, if you ever come across me in the verse, I'll probably be in that thing 80% of the time.
Bro, I don't care what universe you're in. You give Hawthorne Heights their respect, right?
That's not true. Ohio doesn't exist.
It's not a real place. It's like Narnia.
Exactly.
Well, guess what? You left your Corsair in Ohio.
You know when you
Oh,
put
okay.
socks in a dryer and one comes out and the one doesn't? They all go to Ohio.
There you go.
No, it's actually just in your lint trap, but that's not the point.
All right, I'm back.
You guys ever see that Family Guy episode where Peter reached through to try to find the sock that he lost and fell through into Narnia? Where's my sock? And he falls through, and there's what's the goat guy's name? Mr. Tubmas. He's like, "Welcome to Narnia. My name's Mr. Tubmas." And Peter's like, "Give me back my sock, you goat bastard!" And he chases him off through the forest.
Give me back my sock.
Yeah.
I want my sock.
Where's the Corsair? I don't see a Corsair yet. I'm trying to watch it approach. Oh, there it is. I think that's it.
You think that's it?
Well, it's far.
Favorite ship in the game, and you're not sure.
Yep.
It's far. It's rendering in now. Yes, that's the Corsair. There was a blotch. There was a blotch in the distance.
Oh, it's all about the block.
There she is.
You were falling or what?
Yeah. Following, you don't have to go that. Let
I
him,
don't have your marker.
Let him land closer to the ship if he wants to.
Yep. I was gonna get a undershot as he flew past.
The Drake Corsair is an expedition ship, a little bit different from an exploration ship because it's also designed for combat and cargo. Some of the highest player DPS in the game, but not maneuverable, not tanky. It's more designed to hit hard and then get away. Very good exploration ship, long-range exploration scanners, vehicle bay in the back, turrets for your friends. We're going to take a walk through it. There you go. Just drive her right in. Whoa, what the hell was that? Oh, scared me, buddy.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
All right, Drake Corsair, cargo bay. Plenty of room for cargo,
Fine.
vehicles.
This is fine.
You can fit up to an Ursa in this thing, but if you plan on doing anything else with it, it's better to not because then you can't fit anything else. So I usually keep a Cyclone or an STV in mine. You can keep large cargo crates, salvage, etc. I plan on using mine a lot in, say, Pyro, coming across wreckages. You board the wreckage, you float through, you find stuff, you EVA it over, keep it in the back of your ship. It's a great way to find stuff to fund your expeditions.
Loot goblin.
Engineering, very compact, very easy for one person to run around and manage everything, which is the Drake way. Open. Small armory, but actually really well equipped. You can have guns, multi-tools, pistols, a couple of EVA suits or armor, 2 heavy weapons. Great little armory right before the airlock, very well situated. I need to upgrade my starter as I feel it's useless. You know, Jack, the Mustang Alpha is not one of my favorites. I'd never push somebody to spend money. If it was me, I probably would have upgraded the Alpha to the Vulture you said you own. Because then you would have had Vulture, MSR, Dragonfly, and Cyclone, and you'd never need to spend money on anything else ever again. But if you wait till the next event, Invictus, you could hypothetically melt like 2 things and then upgrade something to it, right? And then maintain the insurance of the first one. But if you already have a Vulture, a Mustang, an MSR, a Dragonfly, and a Cyclone, like you're set for life. You can earn everything else in game. I got a galley. Can't do much with the galley yet, but water, food processor, etc. That's all coming. Long range expeditions, stock up on water. I'm hoping that these are supposed to be fridges, but they're blank right now. Bathroom, I believe it has the Drake Shoilet. Oh, I'm not going in there. That's blacked out.
That's the best description I've heard of
There's
it
the
yet.
Shoilet.
Shoilet.
Individual bunks. One of the highlights of this ship, long range trip. If you're familiar with the game, you'll remember bed logging. It's currently turned off. If you're not familiar with the game, there was a feature where your crew could log off on your ship and live on your ship and log in on your ship. It's currently turned off as they tweak the feature. We were recently assured by our buddy Jake from CIG that it is a very important feature for them, and they're working on it despite how it's been quiet about it lately. But eventually I anticipate having 3 full-time crew who live on my Corsair, and we might leave Stanton and not come back for days. Just live on it. Side turrets, self-explanatory. Pilot's quarters, very easy. Fridge, pilot, co-pilot. Co-pilot, once MFDs do something, I'd say should probably be scanning comms and controls missiles, and also controls the top turret. All my ships have been bought in-game. Money is too tight. Yeah, that's fair, dude. So you have the, what do you pledge then? Just the Mustang Alpha? Nothing wrong with that, buddy. The MSR can do all your cargo, carry your vehicle, get a rocking game, go mining with that thing, make millions. Vulture can make you another couple 100,000 a day. Use that to buy everything else in game. You're in a good place, buddy. I've been playing this game a long time, and I have like 5 pledge ships now, and it took me a long time to talk myself up to that. That's the
Say
Corsair.
more power to you, man.
Yeah.
There
That's
you
the
go,
Corsair.
Boulder. I'll bring in something we haven't shown yet.
There's a lot of people who play this game, especially a lot of streamers. One of the reasons why I started streaming, because I used to stream Elite a lot, I've met some of the other streamers. I won't name them, but I've met a few of them at CitizenCon or on streams or just chatting or from the days I stream more in other games. A lot of them are really nice guys, but they tend to simp a little too hard for CIG. I will not be negative like the guys whose entire brand it is to be negative, and I'm not going to be overly positive because there are a lot of issues. But I'm not going to encourage people to spend money and convince them that they need to get ahead when you don't. I'm not saying don't pledge anything. I pledge stuff, but like don't. When I see someone being like, "Oh, I only have one thing," money's tight or whatever, like, dude, there's nothing wrong with that. You can easily buy a starter ship and do everything else in game. And if you need people because you want to fly bigger ships and do bigger stuff, there's a link to our Discord in my bio. Just join our Discord, talk to us about joining our org, crew our ships, crew my Carrack, man. Like, you don't need a big ship if I have one, right? So you're more than welcome.
Don't even have to join the org.
You don't even have to join the org. You
Play,
can literally join the server and just hang out. I say the org because you gotta promote it somehow, right?
Well, yeah.
Panzer's coming in. What do we got here? Harbinger?
Yep.
Vanguard, Harbinger. At the moment, one of the only 2 heavy fighters with an interior, but if the rumors are true about that Mirai heavy, we'll have a 3rd one soon.
Also with a hidden compartment.
One of the worst doors to open in the game.
I hate this door.
You're bouncing a lot.
I
It's
absolutely
stressing
hate
me
this
out.
door.
All right, Vanguard, Harbinger. Long-range patrol craft fighter, heavy fighter, and this one is a torpedo bomber. Join the Discord. Thanks, Jack. Bandit, you love this one. You love the Harbinger? Yeah, it's a good ship. So storage, this storage is weird. It opens out like a door. I don't know why it does this. I think it's meant for physicalized boxes in the future. I I don't fully understand why it is the way it is right now, but storage is there. Shower. Facilities. Weapons rack. Very straightforward. It's designed for a crew of 2. It's also not opening. Okay, well, there's a gun rack in there. Small kitchenette, food, paste,
I've got it open.
water.
What are you talking about?
It's on my screen.
I've got
It's
the gun
lagged.
rack open.
Look at the stream.
Oh wow.
Just
I'll
lag.
Close it.
So, people watching who don't play this game or who are new to the game, it is an alpha. It has issues. It has server lag. It has delays. It's still in process of being developed. You'll find things like
Those are
this.
features.
You get 20
Those are
people in an
features.
area. It starts to desync. I see it closed. He sees it open. You just learn to move on. Engineering station doesn't do anything yet, but eventually for loading the missiles. Cool thing about this ship, got a little hidden storage. I don't think it's stealth storage or anything. I think it's just a place for the military crew to put a box away, but it's still cool that they thought of that.
Yep.
Bunks, much like the Redeemer that we looked at, double as escape pods.
And a metric ton of firepower up front.
Pilot seat, lots of firepower. Nice combat ship, has an interior, you can live on it, very convenient.
I did switch this one out for the energy instead of the all ballistics build.
All energy or 4 energy, 1 ballistic?
4 energy, 1 ballistic. It still has the big 788 on it.
Yeah, so I do the AD5B. This looks like an AD4B. Oh, it's the stock, the 788. Got it.
Yeah, it's a 788, and then I put the
GVSRs?
Yeah.
So GVSRs, and then usually I do an AD5B here, but whatever.
How much did you pay for the hydraulics?
I have a friend.
If
down
you
at the
listen very
barrio.
carefully, you can hear Dre just like kind of playing in the background. It's just like maybe some Snoop.
Definitely Snoop, man. Come on, or maybe like Julio, Fantastic Voyage back in the day.
It's Microtech. Let's be honest. It's Eminem.
I do.
Yeah,
hope the,
I would give you
Wow.
that show.
that you can just runway land.
Is
with them.
Microtech like Detroit then, or what?
No, Microtech's very bougie. It's what Microtech would like. Now, I preface this with I've met Eminem, super nice guy, amazing rapper, love his music, listen to it at the gym all the time. But more bougie people would consider that the rap they'd listen to, I think, as opposed to something more hardcore.
I see.
Actually got an interview with Marshall Mathers on my website from like 7 years ago. That was fun.
Daytime.
All right. We've looked at like 20 ships. I don't think any more are on their way in. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I can bring a couple more if you want. I haven't brought the Scorpius out yet.
You brought any aliens out? Alien ships?
I don't have any except for the Talon Shrike.
I have both, but they're up by Genie. It would take a long time to call over the Defender and the Prowler. I don't know. Let's leave it up to the chat. Do we do more ship show or do we do something else? I've also been streaming for 2 hours. Christ.
This is going to be a very long upload.
To YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I swung past her, I keep hearing the quantum sound turning on.
Here's what we're going to do. We've been streaming for 2 hours. I want to do some other stuff, take a break, get some food, upload this stuff. Anybody who's watching who wants to keep flying with us, join Discord. If you want to follow me for more of this nonsense and uploads and streaming twice a week and all that stuff, then do it. I'll upload this as a live stream podcast to YouTube, so if you want to go there and watch it later, you can. If you're one of the people in chat who said you're brand new, again, Discord's there to ask questions. You're welcome to come fly with us and ask questions about ships and bombard us in global chat in our Discord for stuff.
You want a Scorpius real quick?
Oh, that's no Scorpius. Let's do that next time. Let's do it next time.
Okay, fine.
I think the next stream we'll probably do ship combat. I want to do PvE and PvP. I did like a poll on YouTube, and people were saying they wanted to see that. I know we all love going out in our various fighters and engaging in all the combat shenanigans.
I'm gonna hunt down
I mean,
all my bounties in my caterpillar.
do you guys want to pile out of here in the Hammerhead?
We could do that.
We could, yeah. Let me.
Before we
I
do
got
that,
20.
I'm going to wrap up. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I will catch everybody next time, and thanks to all of our guests here for hanging out with us.
I made a great taxi driver.